I love that Batman shirt, man.
Well, I mean, the
My
shirt's nice. The film,
my son, I'm telling you, man, we have to like keep in mind that like my son, who's 18, is like that movie, that Mr. Freeze thing's the best. You're like, well, we did not like it, at the time.
it's always a talking point when I wear this t-shirt. So it's always nice to see what people
Love it.
make of it. I feel like wearing it in front of George Clooney one day, just shaking his head. Anyway,
Oh, really?
congrats on the movie. I watched it this afternoon. It's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely loved it. It's
Oh,
really in my wheelhouse. So
great.
bravo. Um, I've always watched these kind of movies where you can kind of tell people aren't driving. There's lots of CGI and everything else, but that part of it, action and everything else becomes expensive. So for you, how important was it not just to shoot it real, but to convince those who are paying the bills that this is the way that it will work at its
Right.
best?
Well, my goal is that everything to some degree, even though there's some slightly like lifted off the ground comedy, um, is that everything is emotionally so grounded that the minute we don't take that seriously and make people believe it, we're taking away from that too. I want to keep people grounded, because it is, as you've seen, an emotional story that's depending a little bit on the audience feeling like they're real people. So that was the first thing I did was go out to Paul Jennings, who is the guy who did the first Reacher movie, which I use as a touchstone for these car chases. Because again, all practical right now, I don't think anybody's doing it better than that. Like McQuarrie, all those Mission Impossible chases are also in my top 5 of the last 10 years. So yeah, we went to the person who did that first Reacher chase, and in the end, everything was, there's always a little bit of VFX thrown in to fix things or patch things or this or that, but we tried to go as like close to 100% practical as possible.
As you say, the characters and the love story obviously was important to you to cast the right people. Did it take a while for you to find Samara and Carl, or were they kind of in the background, or did someone suggest them, or how did they kind of come across your table?
I've been a fan of Samara for a long time. I especially Ready or Not, which I love. I thought she was an excellent hero in that movie, not only getting the emotional work and, some action work, but that movie has a kind of humor in it that I felt like connected to this a little bit. So I felt in really safe hands with her. I'd seen enough of her stuff and been a fan. She looks just, as you saw, amazing in this car, you know. Carl, on the other hand, it's weird. Carl's a very tricky, that John character is a very tricky thing because you're supposed to go from feeling one way to another way to, oh no, I care about him to, and so finding that guy, Carl, there was a funny moment I met Carl in a movie where, where it's a classic. I always think of Cassavetes movies, those guys who can't get out of their own way, who walk into walls, who, De Niro in Mean Streets, those guys I loved watching all my life, even though they're so irritating, you want to punch them in the face. Absolutely evocative and like you can't stop, you keep your eyes off them. I thought of what's his name in Rounders, the buddy in Rounders, the Incredible Hulk, second Incredible Hulk.
Edward Norton.
Yeah. Edward Norton,
Yeah.
who like drives you crazy in that movie. But, here in a story where we're basically telling a story about a woman, the only family she ever had really is this guy. It's hard to get away from him. She can't say no. There's a certain innocence to Karl Glusman in real life that when I met him the first time, I went, oh, like he walked in and said, "Isn't 2024 going to be great?" And as a Boston guy who thinks everything's going to suck and the ceiling's going to cave, I was like, "Oh, this optimism is the optimism of a guy who just, no matter how bad things are going, he thinks it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine." So Carl is really like that, which really, it made it work in the end. And I think he's brilliant in it.
Hey, we could all do with that in our lives, right? These days,
I
nice little
would,
bit of
yeah.
optimism. We'll see.
Right now.
I really loved the movie. It was fantastic. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope it goes down really well for you.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey you guys!
Hey, you guys!